So it's been over a year now since I did my last video, so I thought it would be time for an update on the top 5 apps that you probably didn't know about. Now, after reading some of the comments, there was some criticism about some of the apps being very well known about, but of course at the time, they were almost 18 months ago now, Android obviously had a much smaller market, so a lot of those apps were a lot less popular than they currently are. And when I was doing research and going through my apps to find ones for this edition, I actually found it very difficult to find good apps that already didn't have a massive amount of downloads. So some of these, I apologize if you do happen to know about already, but I've tried to find ones that have less than about 100,000 downloads. So, in comparison to some, that is a relatively small scale. Alright, so let's get started. In at number 5, we have Eye on Road. As the name suggests, it's like having another eye on the road while you're driving. It's an augmented reality app that uses your camera to monitor for unsafe situations. For example, it can monitor your speed versus the speed of cars around you and tell you when you're too close to another car and wouldn't be able to stop in case of an emergency. Or it can tell you when another car is merging unexpectedly. And when this happens, it alerts you with an audible beep. It also has a number of other features, including the ability to work in the background. So even if you're using your phone to navigate, you can still have this app running and it will still beep in the same manner and display an overlay when it notices an unsafe situation. You can also navigate straight to your phone and music, as you can see there, and it has things like bubble levels to make sure that your app is working properly. Overall, the quality of this app is really good, and best of all, it's free. So if you happen to drive a lot with your smartphone, I definitely suggest you download this one. I'm a huge fan of the Grooveshark website. Grooveshark lets you listen to just about any song for free by streaming it over the internet. Unfortunately, the Android app requires a premium subscription, and that's where this app comes in. It's Tiny Shark, and it's available for free. And it's basically a front end to the Grooveshark website. You can simply search for just about any song. I'll just type in Dead Mouse as an example. And you can see it's listing all the songs. You can, add one to your queue, add it to a playlist, play it straight away. And as you can see, it takes a couple seconds to buffer, but it's generally pretty good. As you might not be able to hear, but it is playing now. This is great for anyone who has a large data plan, but obviously be careful if you don't. And streaming apps are becoming particularly important, seeing as, for instance, the Nexus S and Galaxy Nexus don't include an external SD card. Here we have Mighty Text. Now, there's not much to show you on the actual phone, and that's because this app is primarily a Chrome extension. How it works is you install the app on your phone, and it syncs it with the web via push notifications, kind of like Chrome to phone. And then it allows you to browse your text messages from the Chrome web browser. It also allows you to send them, and it integrates your contact list as well. Seeing as I spend most of my day in my web browser, I find this really handy, and it enables me to use my phone without actually having to dig it out of my pocket. Here is the Chrome app. All you have to do is click the little icon that it puts in your corner there. And as you can see, it opens up a little pop-up window like this, and you can compose a new name. For example, it suggests names, etc. And you can type a message, hit send. It obviously, you can hit refresh. I have no text messages on the phone that this is signed into at the moment. And basically all you have to do is sign in with your Google account on both your phone and your browser. It's a free app, which is good, and it's certainly one of the most useful apps that I had to show you here. Here we have Gentle Alarm, which is a great alarm app. The default Android alarm app is pretty good, but this one has some features which I really like. It costs about $3, but if you're like me and many other smartphone users and rely on your smartphone to wake you up in the morning, you'll know what a difference a good alarm app can make to your daily routine. One feature I particularly like is the pre-alarm, which is a really quiet alarm that goes off about half an hour before you're scheduled to wake up. Now this will only wake you up because it's so quiet if you're in a really light sleep, and so the theory is that if you're woken up when you're in a lighter sleep, you'll feel less groggy once you get up. It has a relatively simple and easy to use interface. You can see the list of alarms here. You can add a new alarm and schedule a pre-alarm with different alarms, schedule it on particular days, and also schedule profiles. It also has a night display if you want to use your phone as your desktop clock, and it's handy in that it can display the time until your next alarm to stop you getting confused between days and such. Coming in at number 1 is Plex Media Player. Plex is kind of like DLNA in that you need Plex Media Server installed on the computer that has all your media, and then it streams to any device in the house. However, it does a lot more than DLNA. It takes care of all the file formats, which means you never have to worry about whether the video you want to watch will play on your device, and it's available on many platforms including Android, Google TV, Mac, and PC. As you can see, it also takes care of all the metadata and it downloads that all from the internet. So it has all these descriptions of each of the shows here, and it can work out what the show is and what episode it is just from the file name. I've tried many media solutions for Android, and I found this one is by far the best in that it works across just about any device and it is very quick and polished. Unfortunately, the Android app is quite expensive. However, the PC client is free and the Google TV app is significantly cheaper. Here I have Plex running on an Android tablet. As you can see, the UI is very consistent to the app on the Google TV, although there are some further optimizations for the tablet, such as this 3-column layout. The great thing is that all this metadata is shared between all the apps as opposed to systems like XBMC, which store the metadata locally. This means that you only need one copy of metadata between all the devices that connect to your media server. You get all the great features such as all the plot outlines, and as you can see, the playback is excellent. And here we go. Overall, the Plex app is probably my favorite Android app, and it is one that I use the most. I watch just about all my TV through Plex, and I can tell you that it is definitely up to scratch. You have been watching moddroid's best 5 Android apps that you probably didn't know about. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you next time.